Hello and welcome to Dwarf Fortress. This is a brand new game I've just found. Well, I found it kind of recently, but yeah, this is going to be one of my favourite games. Okay. Well, I found it pretty addicting so far. I mean, wait, let's start fresh. I was thinking, because it's taken me a while to figure this game out, and it is quite a learning curve. I am not joking when I say this is quite a learning curve. Okay. We're going to start off with the simple little tutorial, I guess. Okay, so this is your world size, so we can have like pocket, pocket, smaller, small, medium, and large. I like large because, hey, it's always nice to have a lot of map. History, this determines how much history there is, okay. So, like, at 5 years, there's going to be so many, like, titans, mega beasts, all these sorts of things. The civilizations aren't going to be advanced at all, but, yeah. Normally I would play medium, but I think for a bit of interesting, let's play short. So that's only 125 years of history. Okay, let's have a high amount of civilizations. Or maybe medium. Let's go with medium. Okay, maximum number of sites. This is like, oh yeah, civilizations, the number of like other cultures and civilizations in the world. So like there is like human, elf, dwarf, and goblins. So that's like how many civilizations of each there will be. Okay, maximum number of sites is how many distinct places can exist after world generation. So that's like caverns, stuff like that. Increasing the centimeters to large beasts. So yeah, that's like the number of bigger beasts, natural savagery, increasing I'm going to try and make this a little bit of a tutorial thing. I'm not exactly sure if the world I'm going to get is going to work out nicely, so let's just go with medium. Mineral currents. I like to have it sparse or frequent. Let's have sparse. Then, like, you can see how to deal with it when you have, like, less of a mineral and such. Okay, so now the world is just loading up. This may take a little while. As you can see, like, the tiles, I'm still kind of getting used to this. I mean, I'm playing with a tile set, using the lazy noob pack, which I very, very highly recommend. So you see, the grey tiles, like, the small rocky ones are like the mountains, the triangles are the mountains again. But yeah, so this is, apparently my computer's loaded. Okay, so, what we'll do right here. This is like, I'm pretty sure this is like grasslands. These are grasslands, I believe. This is desert, obviously water. No, I'm not entirely sure yet. But I believe this is desert, I believe. But yeah, you're gonna like see as I go through things. Okay, so here we've got like some generated rivers now, which is always nice, because I like to make my fortress next to a river, as I find it especially useful to have a fishing dwarf, as that can get you quite a lot of food at all times of the year. It's not always the safest, but it can still happen. Okay, so what we've got going on here. I believe this is still desert or something. This I'm not entirely sure. But we'll see what's going on. Alright, there we go. So this is just the game, loading the minerals, putting the minerals into the earth, etc, etc. But yeah. Yep. Okay. So this may take a little while. This is going to generally take you a while, but this allows me to talk about like what you need to do when you start the game, what your like initial priorities, etc, etc. What I like to do when I start the game is immediately the game is paused. If it's not paused or whatever, you want to immediately pause the game by pressing spacebar, and then you want to just have a look around your map. What I like to do is I like to find a hill or a mountain, and like use my miner dwarves to dig inside and set the things. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's what you want to do. And then, as well as doing that, you need to like find an initial area to farm, because farming is important. You need to get that source of food. Then you need to like build your layout, establish where your stores are going to be, the bedrooms, and yeah. As well as your general stores. I like to have a store for wood, stone. You need a store for gems separate, in my opinion, because gems, you can get so many gems, it just takes up all your stores. And then as well, your like created goods and everything else, plus your food. I like to have the food stockpile located directly next to the kitchen, which I should build next to the dining room, and that will produce happy dwarves because they will be able to have like cooked meals. Okay, and as well, these are civilizations, I believe. Yeah, these. Okay. This represents a fortress, I believe. I'm not entirely sure what these chests represent, or this... I mean, I'm still learning, so we're just gonna have to go through. And then, yeah, where was I now? Yeah, kitchen. And then, like, what I like to do is... Oh, my God. Keep the full screen. Okay, yes, keep it. Jesus. Windows 7. Can't rely on it for anything. Okay. So, yeah, where was I now? Yeah. I like to take a couple sources of food. I mean... Some people take cows and things like that, but I've never really done that. I'm not entirely sure of that. I mean, that would be good to, like, create leather, but I'm not really sure of how to do that yet. I mean, as I said, I'm still learning. The game is still fairly new to me as well. And then, what was I? Anyway, yeah. So, like, what I like to do is take a couple of chickens, ducks, a geese, a goose, whatever. Or sometimes turkeys with me, because then you can build, like, nest boxes. Have a little room set up for the, like, birds, and they can lay eggs pretty much every day. Like, you can basically have a diet consisting completely of eggs and water. Which brings me on to another point. Dwarves love alcohol. Absolutely love it. If they do not have alcohol, they are not a happy dwarf. So, what you need to do is, like, you need to set up your farm, and, like, what I like to do is plant plump helmets. Continuously. Every season, nothing but plump helmets. And these are good for eating, as well they can be made into beer, which is very, very good. As well as, like, we're going to see when we start the game, like, well, when this loads, there's not much left to load for it, I believe. I could stop it now, but I just want to get some points across. Okay, so I was talking about alcohol, yes. And alcohol is very useful, because if, like, your water sources freeze, or you're under siege, or you just can't get to them for some reason, and it's either dehydration deaths or dying of thirst. I mean, it's really quite depressing when you see dwarfs dying one by one of thirst. It's really quite depressing, because there's nothing you can do about it. So yeah, you have your alcohol, and the dwarves will quite happily just drink alcohol. They will be off their heads constantly, but they will be alive, which is good. I mean, it doesn't affect them being drunk. They seem to do better, to be honest, because they become happier. But yeah. Also, I should note, if you go into islands, you have less neighbours, if not zero, depending. Well, not this island, you seem to have a civilization already there. But yeah, like, the regions, so like your areas, have temperatures, like level of calmness, like, as in the, like, surrounding areas, is it calm, is it, like, wilderness, is there dangers there, etc, etc. Yeah, and that determines quite a lot of things. Like, if you have, like, quite a wild area, that can, like, you can have a lot of animals there that will attack you, which is not too fun. I mean, I've played and, like, immediately had 3 or 4 dwarves just eaten by crocodiles, which is quite a big kick to the balls. Yeah, especially when you start and you have 3 dwarves left, and none of them have mining equipment, so you kind of like, what the hell do I do? Yep. Okay, so I believe these are roads. I think these are roads. I need to figure out what these are. I need to learn what everything is on here. Here is me trying to do a little tutorial thing, and I don't know what the hell. Well, yeah, I'm using a tile set of the laser new pack called Phobos or something like that, which is quite nice. I prefer it profoundly to the original tile set, which in my opinion makes the game look horrible. I mean, it's not exactly shining in graphics anyway, but I love this kind of game because it's like, it allows you to build whatever you want to build. I mean, I know this video's been a hell of a lot of me talking, but once this is loaded, we'll be able to get into the game. I'll show you, like, how to start. I mean, you do not just go instantly into the game. You have to, like, use your points and make your dwarves professions, which is sometimes kind of confusing, but we'll go through it. I'll explain it as we go along. Okay, 2 more years, I believe. We're starting at short, so I believe 2 more years. Oh yeah, this is like the historical figures, the dead people, something, and events. This is like all da-da-da, like every year. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is just the game finishing off. It shouldn't take very long at all. There we go. Okay, just give it a second. Right, here we are. So you see the yellow X? This is just giving us a look around the world. Like, okay, let's zoom out here. So this is a large world. So you kind of get a like idea of how large it is. I mean, I can't even see the X anymore. Wait. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we have the X here. So this is one tile, one square, that can contain hundreds of thousands, well, thousands of other squares of like things and everything. So we have mountains here, mountains, 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 mountains. And this is quite nice as well. It's quite an island. I quite like this. It's like an archipelago. Okay, so zoom on back in here. Okay. So what you need to do now is hit enter, and this is accepting the world. So another loading screen. Huzzah! But I've got the like processing whatever set to real time, so this should take very little time. This should not take long at all. Okay. You know, I'm sorry for having to like show you the loading menus and etc, but this is like how you get the game across. I mean, I've seen videos of this game where the tutorial was 2 hours long before they even got into the nitty-gritty of the actual gameplay. So this game is kind of confusing. It's quite a learning curve, to be honest. But we'll go through this. Okay. Synchronize the folders. Come on, come on, come on. Hurry, please. Come on, come on. Do. Come on, load. Come on. Oh, it's coming. It's a-coming. Okay, so after this screen, we will basically have the map to look at again, and then we go around the map, and we decide where to build our fortress. Like, where do we embark to? Ooh, this is taking some time. Come on, load. But yeah, there's like things you have to look for when you're like going into the game. Oh, here we go. Okay, start playing. I know it's kind of odd that we're like back on the screen Dwarf Fortress. Okay, but yeah, that is just the region it's created. That is the map we created, which is region 5. I mean, it would be region 1 for you if you just start the game, but I've played this game a little bit now, and I have a few fortresses. Most have failed. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is quite a nice area. Okay, so you see here, shallow metal, deep metal, slug stone, temperate. Ooh, that's bad. Thickness, surrounds wilderness. This is basically what you'll find here. So shallow metal, that means how close. Well, you're gonna find like metals and ores near the surface. Well, whereas with deep metals, you have to dig quite a while down. Flux stone is like basically things like limestone, etc. Things that are used in reactions, so you can like create like other things. So for an example reaction, iron plus something equals steel. I believe you need a flux stone. And then here, oh, this is a nice area. Yeah, this is a nice area here. I'm gonna keep an eye on this area. I quite like that. Okay. So here's an example. So we have like deep soil, which is good. You can farm in soil. Whereas in like clay or things like that, if it's not like wet or near water, you need to irrigate it, which is kind of annoying sometimes if you don't understand what you're doing. Aquifers are Satan. It is like a layer upon hell to itself of just water, infinite water, that you cannot get past unless you know how. But yeah, we'll get to that bridge when we cross it. Does it cross that bridge when we get there? Yeah, something like that. Okay, so you like use U, M, K, H and all that to like move around. So this is like where you're gonna have your embark zone. I would like to have it between the 2 rivers here, I believe. Or not, actually. We get much more room here. Okay. So I'd like to have it near the rivers, at least. Let's have it about here, maybe? Yeah, that looks nice. So what do we have here? So the temperature's temperate. The tree is a heavily forested area, which is very good. Vegetation's thick, surrounds wilderness. Okay. I mean, I should really have shown you around the map. I mean, it's all this map and I've just taken the starting area. But yeah, this is a nice spot. It's too good to pass up, to be honest. I mean, it would be nice if we had shallow metals, but that's okay. We have soil and there's no aquifers here to make my life hell. Okay, so like, you can hit tab, and this will show you like, I believe this shows you what's nearby, so goblins apparently nearby. These are the other civilizations, so, whoops. So here's like the civilizations on the map that you can see. Well, at least in this area. And this is the elevation, so if you know geography and you know contours, then you'll know what this is. So this is like how high something is, blah blah blah. This is hell. Okay, so let's just get ourselves situated about here. And let's embarco. Go on, let's go. Okay, so this is like what screen you'll get next. I'm going to click prepare for your journey. Okay, so what you need to do is like have at least 2 miners, which is always good. It makes everything a lot quicker. So you use the plus and minus keys to add it like set points. What I'm going to do is going to make this guy a proficient miner, which is very useful. Okay, and like this next guy, proficient miner again. Oops, I make him skilled miner. Okay. So the next, let's have a woodcutter. He could be proficient, but it's not really needed, to be honest. So I'm going to make him competent. Make him a competent carpenter, which is good. This is like the people will be making your stuff. Let's see what else. Building designer, weaponsmith, bower. Let's see. Let's have him as a woodcrafter too. He's going to be all wood. He's all about the wood. He got wood for days. Okay, so let's increase his carpentering skills. So you can put my carpet down anytime. Okay, so next we'll have a proficient mason. Well, we don't really need a proficient mason. Let's have a competent mason. Let's have him he can be a building designer. Okay, so it's a stonecrafter 2, adequate stonecrafter, competent stonecrafter. Let's have him engraving. That's going to be quite useful in the future. There we go. Let's make him skilled mason. Okay. So building design is for like, yeah, advanced buildings, engraver, you'll see in the future. Competent stonecrafter is like for like crafting things out of stone, etc., which is kind of obvious. So now we want to have a farmer. I don't know why I went over fisher there. Let's have a, okay, so adequate. We'll make him a brewer too. Okay, so herbalist. There we go. Have I missed anything? Ooh, I'm running low on points here. Jeez. Oh, I should not be using too many points. Okay, so now we have our farmer. He should be fine. Okay. So what we need to be doing next is creating a fisherman, which is like what I like. So have him as a competent fisherman. Okay. Now we need to have a fish cleaner. Yeah, there we go. And this next guy, what can he be? He's not really got many points left. I really hope I've not used too many points and I won't have anything for the next. He can be, let's have a look. He can, no, he can't be in praise because I haven't got the points for him. So this guy is basically the help. Okay. Right, so this is the items menu. So we have copper picks, battle axes, an iron anvil, which is good. We'll need that for metal industry. All this is not bad. Cave lobster. Prepared eagle intestines. That sounds nice. Yum yum yum. Okay. I'd like to take 2 buckets. We don't really need too many splints and crutches because nobody's going to get hurt as much as I would like. Okay. We don't really need cave lobsters. I don't need them. Okay, so what you need to do as well, like, is have some cats. They will like catch rodents and etc, etc. I'd have dogs, but they're gonna take some points. Let's have 2 dogs and then we can train these. Okay. So like what I'm gonna have now is, well, I've always had chickens, so maybe turkeys for once. I like turkeys. Gobble gobble. Okay, so we're gonna have a gobbler and a couple of, Let's have 3 hens. Okay, so normally I would take an S box for me, but we don't have the points for it. And let's see, plump helmet spawn. Eesh, we need to increase that much. Jeez. What do we have here? What can we get rid of? We we have like 3 quivers. Do we have a crossbow? I don't know. We don't need those. Nobody's got hunting proficiency in mine. Okay, so that's freed up some more points for us. That's nice. Okay. Plump helmet spawn is basically like seeds. Let's get a nice amount of them. So far, doing is nicer. Okay, so it's like hit E to embark. And did I hit E? E, come on, E. I guess I did it loading. Ah, there we go. You arrived. I'm gonna give you a second just to read this. Okay, I believe that would be enough time for someone. If you really want to read this, you can pause the video. Okay, here we go. And this is where we have landed, so we want to... Let's just get rid of that. You press tab to get rid of that. Okay, so this is our area. So this is like some soil here, where we can dig into, and this is water, but it's frozen, which is not good. Not a very good thing. Okay, so this is the land below, below. Where's the rivers? There was meant to be rivers. They lied. We put my people directly next to a river and it's not there. What is this? Okay, so this is just the land at different levels. Okay, so we're on this level. Okay, is this river? Okay, fine. We don't have a river, which sucks. So it makes my fisher dwarf pointless. But I guess he will go and find somewhere to fish. Okay, so we want to go. I believe we're going to build here. Okay. So now what you need to do is hit D for designations, and let's start by having someone chop down some trees. You can see the like things, like the commands in the sidebar. So like T to chop down trees. Let's have P to gather some plants, which is nice because that will give you some food and some extra seeds. Let's have that. You hit enter and again move the X around and that will like make the thing. And D for mining. Okay. Let's get this. Where should we build our initial entrance? Let's see. I like that area because it has the water, but it's a bit like compact. That's even more compact. Maybe the area below. Let's look this over. Nah, we'll go with this plane. We're starting on this plane. I've already designated the trees, so we'll start here. Okay, here we go. So what you want to do is make a nice entrance. So we have D for mining selected. Let's select that, and there we go. There's our initial things. And if you watch, this is like where I'm going to build a little farm. Okay, so let's build that about yay big. There we go. And that will be our farm when that's dug out. Okay, so what we need to do too is make some area for a stockpile, which is very useful, as that will allow us to take our stuff inside, get the people inside, dwarves I mean, and that will make some nice areas. Okay, let's build another one. These are probably not going to be big enough, but okay. Well, they will be nice. It will be good to have an area at the start of the game, just to put some stuff. Okay, so what you want to do now is hit D for a downward stairwell. Let's make this 3x3. Okay, so you press the arrow keys. Well, yeah, where next to the keys located. Oops. The key is located next to your question mark on your keyboard, if you have a keyboard like me. So now you want to hit I, and make an up-down stairwell, which is very nice. Okay, and let's get some dirt dug out here, and this will form a hallway here. And like what I'm going to do is have another hallway coming off here. I mean, I should probably think about having a defensive thing, but we can do that in the future. We will figure that out in the future. Okay. Let's have a little room for the turkeys and gobblers. let's make their room. I believe we should have... let's see. That's just going to make a little room. Okay, so this will be the turkey and hen room. We will make a food store. Okay, let's get this food store up. There we go. That's probably a little big for a food store, but what we can do now is hit X and undesignate that. And what we can do with this now is we could probably have that as a meeting hall, so let's have a hallway coming off there. Okay, so we want to make this just a little bigger, just a little bigger. That should be plenty. We could have that as a hall and a dining hall now. So, using this hallway, let's expand there, and yeah, there we go. So, let's just make a little, let's make some areas for like, whoops. Okay, let's make some areas for some work. It's really quite bad. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the mouse here. Okay, so this is like hand-drawn sort of thing. Okay, so these will be where we will have our first workshops. That's it, workshops. My vocabulary deserted me then for a moment. Can we make this just a bit? Let's just get rid of this and add it at the back here. I like to keep things nice. Okay, so then, actually no, your dwarves will not like being near there. So, what we need to have again, oops, how'd that get there? Let's have an area set aside for a larger stockpile. This will probably be our main stockpile. I don't know why I'm saying probably. It's my game. Okay, there we go. It's not even. There we go. Ah, okay. So that's that. We should probably have a kitchen. So let's have this. And this can now be our kitchen and area for brewing. There we go. Okay. So now let's think about residential. Which is probably a bit early at the moment, but oh well. Have another hallway coming off here. Just about there. And then like what I like to do is I like to make my houses a little nice. So there we go. That is some lucky dwarf's room. Let's see. Ah, it's a little big. Wait, what I'm going to do is move this up a little bit. Like so. There we go, and that's a room. I like this design because it's quite easy. You can use the design next to it to like perfectly coordinate, situate, whatever the word is, the rooms together. Okay, so what you want to do is make 7 rooms. You will have 7 dwarves at the start. Kinda ironic, isn't it? Okay, so that's 6 rooms pretty much. I will make a 7th room as like an office for the like expedition leader, who will be our broker and its manager and whatever else I feel he would be best at. Okay, see his room gets to be quite nice. It gets a bit bigger. Okay, so there we go. Let's just have another one of these. Whoops. For that. Okay. There we go. This will be another office bedroom thing. So this is just an initial starting thing. Okay. So what you want to do now is hit, oops, yep, I, and this is for designating zones. Let's make a zone here. Hit N, Alt N, and then we can put our horses and camels. I don't know where I got horses and camels from, but hey, I have horses and camels. That's not really a large enough area, to be honest, but it'll do. For now, anyway. I need to make a quite large area next time. Strange how the dogs and cats get the same sort of area. Okay, so there we go. Well, we have an area set aside well, the area built for the turkeys, we will set them in there, and then we can build in there. And now what you need to do is have a stockpile, and I'm just going to hit W to make a little wood stockpile outside. So this is where all the wood will be collected, put, etc. Okay, and what you want to do is make a little stockpile for refuse, which is all your trash, all the things you don't want, dead bodies, etc, etc. And that's basically that. So, yeah. Thanks for watching.